Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Sever7, and today we're taking a deeper look at the Ganzo, wait for it, F759M. And that's with the ultimate goal of seeing if it's going to be worth adding to your collection or daily carry. Now, I have spent the last couple of days with the Ganzo, and I feel like I've gotten to know it pretty well. But first, I want to say I appreciate all my subscribers. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. We do have a big 500 subscriber giveaway coming up. It's going to have a bunch of different knives and stuff in it. I'll do teasers whenever we get closer to 450, but we probably have 6 or 7 knives that we're giving away. I think you guys will really like it. So make sure you're subscribed, stay tuned for that video, and turn on the notification bell. That way, whenever the giveaway is announced and goes live, you don't miss it. All right, let's jump into it. So with the Ganzo, we're rocking 440C for the blade steel. And 440C isn't a bad budget steel. It's gonna have a 4 out of 10 for edge retention. It's gonna have a 7.5 for corrosion resistance, 3.5 for toughness, and then a 7 out of 10 for ease of sharpening. Now there's always a trade-off whenever it comes to edge retention and ease of sharpening. If your edge retention sucks, your ease of sharpening is going to go way up. Vice versa, if your knife is really hard to sharpen, then your edge retention is going to go way up. Corrosion resistance is good at 7.5. It's going to be hard to rust out. And then toughness is pretty poor at 3.5. Then again, this is a slicey, thin blade. So you're not really going to want to push this to its limit as far as toughness goes. It's not robust and it's really not built for anything like that. As far as the comfort and the grip go, while it is more comfortable than it looks, we still have a couple of hot spots. The grivery, the milled grivery alone, while it does add functional grip, it is a little uncomfortable. Like if I was using this knife and I was using it for things that would like tug the knife away from me, yeah, that grivery is going to hold, but it's going to hurt. Right, so I probably wouldn't use it for anything like that. They do give you a nice finger choil spot. That way you can kind of choke up and get some of that precision in. You can pinch grip, right, for those precision cuts and those draw cuts. And then they give you fairly functional jimping right here behind the poon, which is kind of nice. Gives you a lot of power, a lot of control. As far as the fidget factor goes, there's basically none. And that is because this is a lock back. So while it is possible to flip it out, it's not easy and it's not particularly enjoyable. It does have a good acoustic snap to it, and you can thumb roll it. Even shaking it down, I'm taking a bit of a risk though, because if this loosened up enough and I were to shake it down, it could come in contact with my fingers, so I don't recommend it. I've gotten pretty comfortable to getting it to about the halfway point, but even then, in a perfect world, it's not that fidgety. It's really just the positive acoustics that I enjoy. Now, what about this knife works? Well, it's lightweight, easily pocketable. You barely notice you have it on you. And the blade, is conducive to slicing. And I will say that is one thing that I really, really enjoyed about using this knife is it came razor sharp from the factory, flies through boxes. I mean, just super sharp, super functional, right? There wasn't any task that I threw at this, not that I did anything crazy. There wasn't any task that I threw at this that this thing wasn't able to readily handle in regards to paper and boxes. And it went through boxes easier than some of my more expensive knives. Now, that's going to be primarily due to blade geometry and the quality of the factory edge. I haven't noticed it getting dull yet. I imagine that'll be coming soon. But with the ease of sharpening, I'll be able to strop it right back up to new and use it again. For anyone that knows, sharpening choil. That's what we are going to call non-existent, which means as you sharpen this, you will create a smile as you hit thicker material down here. You know, but I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we're looking at a $15 pocket knife. 15 bucks. And I don't even think that was on sale. I think it was just a straight 15 bucks. Now for 15 bucks, you really have to temper your expectations because every dollar is going towards something, right? They didn't give any fancy packaging. They didn't give, I don't even know if they gave a cloth, right? So every 15 bucks is going towards something on this knife, right? Which means the value per dollar is incredible, even though the overall quality might not be what you're looking for. Now, who's this knife going to be best for? This knife is going to be fantastic for somebody who's on a super tight budget, you know, 15 bucks to blow. They need something that's slicey, something that comes, you know, ready to go out of the box. But they're also comfortable taking it to a strop, you know, and stropping it maybe, you know, once a week, once every 2 weeks to get that edge right back up to factory fresh. So is this knife recommendable? Would I carry it? Let's start with that. This knife would never be my primary carry. Like I've said with some other budget knives, this would be the knife I had in my pocket alongside a nicer knife, right? And then this would be the workhorse that absorbed the brunt, while my nicer knife would be reserved for cutting paper and things like that. So yeah, it definitely has a spot. I mean, and at 15 bucks, if it's gonna do the job, then yeah, I would say it's definitely worth the bang for the buck. Just keep in mind that if you're going to daily drive this, you are going to have to touch it up. You're going to have to touch the blade up. You're going to have to get yourself a strop, something kind of like this right here. You know, you can just throw this in the truck, and then whenever it's time to strop, I'm not a professional, but you know, you can get on, find your angle, lock the wrist, and then I'm sure so many people cringed at what I just did there, but you get it. So I would say, yes, this knife is, generally speaking, recommendable. I don't think anyone's gonna buy it and be totally unhappy with it as long as you know exactly what you're getting. It's hard to find something that's functional for 15 bucks, right? And while I can't speak for the heat treatment, and 440C is definitely a budget steal, for the time that I've had it, my experience has been good. So, you know, super simple, super basic knife, no complaints on my end except for the things that I mentioned. But if you temper your expectations, I think you stand to be pretty dang pleased with this knife. So this is going to be linked down in the description, along with a link to my Instagram. Please follow me there. It's SEVRSEVN. I post some pretty cool pics. As a matter of fact, I just got my first custom in, so there's going to be pics and videos of that going up, which is pretty sweet. I got some other fancy stuff in I'm going to have some pictures of up as well. And then don't forget, we have that 500 sub giveaway. Probably giving away 5 or 6 knives. So make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to be anything. As long as you're subscribed and you comment on the video I post, then done and done. You're entered, and you know, you'll have a chance at winning something pretty sweet. Outside of that, though, I don't have any affiliate links for this. I will link it in the description at the lowest price I can find it. I appreciate you very much. Please like, please sub, and until next time, stay sharp.